After defeating the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills in back-to-back road playoff games, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl for the fourth time in the last 5 years, and they're looking to get their third ring in that time. It's no secret that this Chiefs dynasty has been special. They're going to be remembered as a dominant team with one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in Patrick Mahomes. But if you rewind back to the 2017 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills made a pretty big mistake when they traded the 10th overall pick to the Kansas City Chiefs in exchange for pick 27, pick 91, and a 2018 first round pick. And that pick the Bills traded away, it just so happened to be Patrick Mahomes. And for those of you who have been living under a rock for the last 6 years, this guy has dominated not just the Buffalo Bills, but the NFL as a whole. Basically, with all things being considered, the deal essentially ended up as Patrick Mahomes to the Kansas City Chiefs in exchange for Tre'Davious White, Tremaine Edmonds, Deion Dawkins, Zay Jones, and Siran Neal. And while all those players have been serviceable for the Bills, none of them have quite had the impact that Patrick Mahomes has had. Welcome back to the Bills Bunker. I'm Jake Varco, and today I'm going to be looking back at a trade that I believe could go down as the biggest regret in Buffalo Bills franchise history when they traded the 2017 first round pick to the Kansas City Chiefs that ended up being Patrick Mahomes, and that's a tough pill to swallow for this team. We're going to dive into why and how this all happened, but if you haven't yet, I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, check out other content, and stay tuned for more stuff coming your way right here on the Bills Bunker. Now, before I go any further in this video, I'd like to say that this is in no way meant to disrespect Josh Allen, because he's an outstanding quarterback, and I love that he's the field general in Buffalo. It's just the trade that Buffalo made, it's one that's haunted this franchise for years. And it's not because of Josh Allen being the Bills quarterback, it's not because of the return value either. I mean, Deion Dawkins and Trey White have both been huge pieces for Buffalo since entering the league. Tremaine Edmonds, he was a solid cornerstone piece of the defense for years before his departure to Chicago. Zay Jones is still in the league as a receiver with the Jaguars. And Siran Neal, he's been around as a depth piece and a special teams guy. All of those guys have made contributions to the success of the Bills and turning this franchise around from what was once a team with a 17-year playoff drought. But if we're being completely honest here, none of their contributions live up to what number 15 has done in Kansas City. In his first 6 years since entering the league back in 2017, Mahomes has gone on to 6 AFC championship games, and he's set to make his 4th Super Bowl appearance in the last 5 years now. This guy has been incredible, and he looks like he's impossible to stop. For Buffalo, this sucks, because they're a team that is still looking for their first Super Bowl win in franchise history, and they have the team to do it, but they need to get by the monster that they helped create in Kansas City. And to be quite honest, they've failed miserably at trying to get past Kansas City because they're just a different animal in the playoffs. The Bills have been eliminated by the Chiefs in 3 of the last 4 seasons, and they haven't gotten back to the Super Bowl since 1994. It's just a little bit crazy to me that the Bills literally traded their kryptonite to the Chiefs, the team they just can't get past. It's like if you went ahead and you filled your gas tank and then handed the keys over to someone else just to drive away with it. The Bills supplied their enemy with a weapon of mass destruction, and I believe the window in Buffalo for a Super Bowl, it remains open. And that's because of Josh Allen. As long as Josh Allen is here and he's in his prime, the Bills' Super Bowl remains open. But even if the Bills do win a Super Bowl with this team, don't you think that this is a trade that they're still going to regret? Obviously, everything worked out perfectly for Patrick Mahomes. He got to sit and watch behind Alex Smith. He got to go into an offensive system with Andy Reid, and he was greeted by great targets in Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Everything was perfect from the start in Kansas City with Mahomes. And it wouldn't have been the same way in Buffalo. But it's regrettable because you gave the Chiefs this guy that you just can't seem to get past. Some of you might say that no, the Bills shouldn't regret trading Mahomes to the Chiefs, and I just think that's ridiculous. Because the level of greatness that this guy is achieving, it's something that we've only seen a few times in the history of the sport. Like, realistically, Mahomes is in the same conversation as Brady and Montana, and he's only been in the league for 6 years. It's incredible what he's doing. He's leading this Chiefs squad to the Super Bowl year in and year out, and it doesn't seem like anybody can stop him. It's not just the fact that the Chiefs are getting to the Super Bowl nonstop. It's the fact that Buffalo can't get past them. That's 3 of the last 4 years the Bills have been eliminated by the Kansas City Chiefs. They haven't gotten back to the Super Bowl since 1994. And right now, it looks pretty bleak right now. It looks like it's going to be hard to get past Kansas City. Obviously, it will be as long as Patrick Mahomes is there. Now, you can look back at any team in NFL history, sports history, and you could point out some trades that they're regrettable for reasons. But this one, it seems like it hurts a little. It stings a little extra when you're giving Kansas City Patrick Mahomes, the guy that you can't get past. There's another one that comes to my mind with this Bills team recently, and some of you might disagree. That's the Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson trade. Looking back on that, that's one that could also be regrettable for the Bills. Sure, you got Diggs, and he's been great for the Bills, but Jefferson, just a whole other level of wide receiver, physically gifted, amazing talent. But that's a conversation for a different video. If you'd like me to go ahead and make a video about that Jefferson Diggs trade, let me know in the comments below. Or if there's any other trade that you'd like me to cover in a separate video, let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to taking suggestions for new content, and I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comments below how you feel about this trade specifically, and then any other content that you'd like to see me create, let me know. If you haven't yet, I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to subscribe to the Bills Bunker. Check out other content on the channel if you haven't yet. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm Jake Varco, and this is the Bills Bunker.